Now, if you're a metadata junkie, then Bridge is the place for you to be, because if there's one thing that Bridge does correctly, it is to collect and display metadata, all kinds of stuff. And if we take a look to the left of the image here under the metadata tab, we'll see a bit of information here about the technical aspects of this image that of course was brought in when it was converted as a raw file to a TIFF in Capture One and then subsequently brought into Bridge. But the information that concerns what we're shooting, in other words, the information about the activity that's displayed, is non-existent. That is something we have to put in manually. So how do we do that? Well, we come over to the image, right click, and we'll see a file info link. We click on it and we'll see a dialog box that comes up that has all of the information, the descriptive information about what we're viewing in the image is all right here. And this has to be entered manually. Now for this specific series of pictures, it was obviously a women's basketball game at Stanford, between UConn and Stanford, and I shot this for Cal Sport Media down in Long Beach, California, and they have their own format in terms of the information that they want to capture about the image for their clients. So this is all delineated right here, except that we have 101 photos in this series, and the question becomes, well, how do I avoid repeat typing in all of the same information? In other words, the only variation from one image to the next is the name of the player, the team they play for, and then the rest of it is the same. Everything else is the same. So in other words, all we have to change is the name of the player and the team that they play for. Well, we come down to this area down here and we click on this list, and you can see that although I don't have any of the saved templates from this particular game, I do have other templates that I've saved from, say, Fresno State and North Dakota State, player number 11, and so on and so on and so on. Also, I have another game that down here between, let's see, no, this is North Dakota State, this is Pepperdine, and a couple of tests that I did. So you can see here, let's just go ahead, and even though it doesn't correspond with the game that's represented here, I'm going to go ahead and click on this and show you how we can replace the information by just clicking. And there you go. Now all of this information is the same. Only thing it changes, name of the player and the team they play for. And in some cases, when I'm doing 3 in a row of Fresno State players, the only thing I really have to change is the name of the player, and that's it. So I'll go to, let's see, the next template, which is, let's just say, number 15. And we can see that all we changed was the name of the player. That's all we changed. And so when you type the information, then you'll come in and click here. You're going to export. You're going to name this, and let's just arbitrarily give it a different player number. Let's say number 6, since we don't have a number 6 in there, and we hit save. And now the next time we see player number 6 and we want to put his descriptive information in there, we just come and click on this, and here saved is player number 6, where all we have to do is click on it, enter it, and it's all right there. Very, very quickly. And that's what you want to put on your images, especially down here. You always want to copyright your images before you deliver them to the client, so that A, the client knows who shot them way down the road. It could be years down the road, and they have another project. They say, well, who shot that deal that we had back in 2008? Well, I don't know. Let's go look at the images, see if it's on there. And they'll look at this, and they'll be able to see it, and you'll have your name and hopefully your phone number, your website address, your email address, etc., etc. All that stuff should be on this image. And here's the IPTC information on here, the extensions, the camera data. Some of it was brought in. If I had GPS data that was being included in the images, that would all be here. Audio data, since this is not a audio file, it's kind of neither here nor there, and it goes on. You can even get DICOM. If this were an X-ray, then all the medical information would be on here with, the referring physician, the study date, description, so on and so on. It can even help you in medical diagnostics. So there's a great deal at your disposal in this area. And again, you go to the picture, right-click, file information, enter your information manually. You can save it as a template, reuse it later, and it becomes a well-oiled process if you find that you're going to be doing a lot of metadata and IPTC work.